Hi everybody, it's JoJo, and I'm about to put on some iced lemon pound cake, body cream, and read you guys a story time. So again, I have on my bathrobe. I was about to take a shower and a bath to wash my makeup off, but you know what? I wanted to do another bedtime story time before I did. And I have a really fun one for you guys tonight. Let me just rub this iced lemon pound cake in. Oh, it smells so good. I mean, it's phenomenal. It's really delicious, like for real. It's so good. Oh my God. I love it. So you know That's a Raven is my favorite, literally my favorite show ever. Next to Once Upon a Time and Beverly Hills 90210 at this point. But That's Raven will always be my OG. And you know, That's Raven was on Disney Channel. And I have a few of the books. The books are retelling of some of the episodes of the show. So this one's called Psychic in the House. And yeah, it's her. I think it's literally word for word the episodes. Literally, it's like the script, like reading the script. These are some of the pictures. I could use the foot massage, Corey remarked. So many cute pictures. Oh, That's Raven will always be the best, honestly. I freaking love her. Disney Channel shows back in the day were the best. Some more pictures. There's a lot of pictures. Okay, so let's get started with the book. This book is old. I got this like 15 years ago. So I'm trying to see. Yeah, there was a lot of books, like a lot of books. Like you see them all here. Let me see. I don't know. I guess I'll know when I start reading it which episode it is, and I'll tell you what it is. Okay. So, let's see. There's the thing in the back. Raven is dying to meet Quiz. Okay, so I remember this episode. Okay. The cute new jazz musician at school. So she comes up with a plan to invite him to a local jazz festival. There's only one problem. She doesn't have enough money to buy the tickets. When she takes a job at a psychic hotline to earn some extra cash, Raven, aka Miss Tallulah, suddenly finds herself handing out phony predictions to everyone who calls in, including Quiz. Can Miss Tallulah fool Quiz into falling for Raven, or is Raven just fooling herself? So this is, I think, just one episode. Yeah, okay, now I'm seeing the pictures. All the pictures are from this episode, right? Yeah. Oh, no. There's two episodes. There's 2 episodes in each. Yeah, there's 2 episodes in each, I think. And the second one is when she goes to the Psychic Institute to figure out her visions. And the first one is when she's trying to impress a cute boy who loves jazz. Okay, yeah, this is all season 1. This is the first season. Okay, so chapter 1. Raven Baxter and her best friends Eddie Thomas and Chelsea Daniels were walking down the halls of their school. It was almost first period, as Raven liked to call it, 6.5 hours till the bell rings. Hey, this is new, she said as she spotted a bottled water vending machine. Anything new was a surprise at Bayside, a place that took the term old school literally. Yeah, Raven thought, a little bottled water sounds pretty good right about now. Some H2O for my get up and go. Then she saw the price. $1 for water? That's ridiculous. Ridiculous? You know what's so funny? I don't even need to read the book because, like, I know the episodes line for line, word for word. Like, I really, really do. Ridiculous. And exactly $1 more. than she had. Raven turned to her friends. Eddie, give me $1. Oh, this is cute. She did. I'm gonna show you when she has the vision. They do like a special font. I'll show it to you in a second. Eddie, give me $1. Typical Eddie thought. She doesn't even ask. She just tells him give her money. Broke again? He asked. No, Raven said, rolling her eyes. I just don't have enough change for $1 million. To Raven, there were two types of people. Some like her brother Corey, who had money, but wouldn't give her any. Others, like Chelsea and Eddie, were usually broke, so they couldn't give her any. Either way, she always suffered. Hey, the fountain's free, Chelsea said. Then over the normal morning noise of lockers opening and closing and kids talking, Raven and her friends noticed something unusual. Jazz. Where's that music coming from, Eddie wondered. Before Raven could turn to see, she froze in position. Rather than look down the hole, she saw straight into the future. Through her eye, the vision runs. Flash of future, here it comes. So here it is. They do like a special font. See, this is her having her vision here. It's so cool. I see a door, my front door. The door cracks open and there are flowers. So this is her vision. Wait, what's this? A boy carrying flowers. Make that a really cute boy carrying flowers. I don't recognize the boy, but he is definitely fine. This is looking good. Raven, he says as he holds out a bouquet of flowers. These are for you. Strike that. This is looking great. Then the vision stopped. Dang, she went. Dang, just when it was getting good, Raven thought. She even opened her eyes wider for an extra second, hoping to kickstart the vision into action again. She didn't know who the boy was, but that wasn't going to stop her. She had to figure out a way to meet him. Hey, I know that face, Chelsea said. You just had a vision. Chelsea, a really cute guy came to my house and he gave me flowers. Who was he? Eddie wondered, and Chelsea says, and does he have a friend? Raven scrunched her lips. Well, I never saw him before. Just then the jazz started up again. A boy playing the sax was walking down the hall to class. Raven recognized him in a second. Dark eyes, curly hair. It was the boy from her vision. Only this wasn't a vision. He was walking right past her, and he was just as fine in person. Till this second. So she says, oh, well, I never saw him before until this second. She turned to the musician and started to follow him. Hey, cutie. Oh, that's the new kid, Jonathan Kruzowski. He's totally into jazz. And I'm totally into him. I just gotta meet him first. How's it gonna happen? Asked Chelsea. That's the problem with these visions. They show you what you get, but not how you get there. Oh my gosh, Chelsea blurted out. The San Francisco Jazz Festival is next week. You should buy tickets and ask him out. Now that's a plan, Raven thought. Sometimes my girl really does help me out. Great plan, Eddie said, except she can't afford water. That's cold, Raven thought. True, but still cold. Luckily, she had friends who loved her from the bottom of their hearts, and she hoped the bottom of their pockets. See, that's what friends are for. If we all dig down deep. By the time she turned around to ask for money, Chelsea and Eddie were gone. Guys, Raven called out. She realized it was useless. I should have seen that coming. Raven was not going to let her chance with quiz slip away. The jazz festival was the perfect idea. She just needed to come up with a quick source of income. She thought for a moment, and a big, goofy smile flashed across her face. She knew just where to go. Okay, so that was the beginning. So then the theme song comes on. I remember, because then the theme song comes on. Dun, 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 can you see into the future? And so then, coming back from the theme song, this is chapter 2 now. So she's in the kitchen. I know this by heart. She's in the kitchen now with making breakfast for her family, trying to butter them up to ask her parents for money for the jazz tickets. So that doesn't work. So then she has to get a job to get the money to pay for the jazz tickets. I'm gonna read you my favorite part. So trying to maybe skim through to see. My favorite part is when she's dressed up as Miss Tallulah, the psychic hotline girl. Was feeling that something. Okay, so this is when she. Oh, here it is. Okay. This is my favorite part. I love this part. This is my second favorite part of the episode, and then my favorite part is the end. But this is a good part. Minutes later, Raven was on the set sitting in front of a crystal ball. She had her just gotten into costume, a sequin turban, a gold robe, and big hoop earrings, plus a pair of glasses so that no one could recognize her. By the way, I have 2 or 3 more books of some of the episodes, and I'll read you guys them later on in other videos. Okay, so only someone with my sense of fashion could have put this together so quickly. Raven thought to herself. Goodbye, Raven Baxter. Hello, Miss Tallulah, new star of the Sidekick show. She looked right into the camera as she show went on the air. Miss Tallulah on the line, Raven said in a Jamaican accent, just like Madame Cassandra. Ready to tell you your future. Next caller. Who be you? Their friends call me Quiz. Raven thought she'd been trying to talk to him all week at school. Now, when she finally had the chance to make a love connection, she was pretending to be someone else. Quiz, she said with a gulp. Luckily, Quiz started to explain his problem. Well, I was trying to get a scholarship to jazz camp this summer. Suddenly, Raven realized she could use this to her advantage. She looked into the crystal ball dramatically and pretended to conjure up an image. You play the sax, Raven said. That's amazing. How did you know? Quiz asked. Oh, well, child, it's right here in my crystal ball. So, do you think I'll get the scholarship? Quiz asked desperately. Well, let's see, child, Raven said. She couldn't lie to Quiz. She tried to stall. What is your sign? Aries, Quiz answered. Ah, the fish, Raven said, hoping that was right. Just because she had visions didn't mean she paid attention to astrology. The ram, Quiz corrected. I knew that, Raven said, trying to cover her mistake. I was just ordering lunch. I'll take the fish. Suddenly, Raven felt a wave of psychic energy fill her body. Unlike her and Miss Tallulah act, this vision was real. So there's the vision font. Through her eye, the vision runs. Flash of future, here it comes. It's cute how they did it like that. I see Quiz. He's at home, sitting on his couch. I don't see myself sitting next to him. He's reading a letter to himself. After a few moments, he smiles broadly. I got the scholarship, he shouts. Mr. Tallulah, Quiz asks, are you there? Yes, child, and with good news. Pack up your sacks, Quiz. You're going to jazz camp. Wow, thanks, Quiz said, overjoyed. Is there anything else? Oh, yeah, I hope so, Raven answered. I mean, wait. I think I'm getting something. She continued putting her hands to her head. Behind the camera, Hank Banks gave her a big thumbs up. Raven sorted through a pile of chicken bones by the crystal ball. Oh, yes, child. The mystic bones are rattling, she said. They say you must meet a girl. Who is she? Quiz asked, sounding desperate. Oh, child, she's at your school, Raven answered. I see. She's very, very beautiful. Really, with a name like a bird. Robin? Quiz guessed. No, Raven retorted. Locke? He tried next. No, Raven answered, a little perturbed. Nancy Hawkstein. Forget it. See, I don't need to read it. I need to turn the page because I know that's what she said. Yeah, forget it. Her name is Raven. You got to go meet her. She lives at 519 Miranda Place. Ring her doorbell Friday night around, yes, the mystic says around 8. I don't get it, Quiz said. Why do I have to go to her? No back and talking, child. This is what the mystic says. It's the only way to get your scholarship. She's your good luck charm. From his place behind the camera, Mr. Banks signaled for Raven to wrap it up. She nodded. All right, thanks for calling, Quiz. Then she spoke to her viewers. This is Miss Tallulah. Call me now. Call me Psychics because your future's on the line. Wow, he exclaimed. That was great, kid. The phones are ringing off the hook, and the weird look that you get in your eyes? Keep it. It's gold. So what do you think of Miss Tallulah? Raven asked Eddie and Chelsea. I think she's using her powers to manipulate a guy into liking her. Chelsea answered, a little disappointed in her friend. Chelsea, okay, I just want to meet him, Raven replied. And then what? Chelsea wanted to know. Well, you know, Raven answered. Once we're alone together, he'd realize we're meant for each other. Hey, I'm just trying to do what you're saying. Making the world a better place. Just one guy at a time, child. Okay. So then there's segments with the parents, with Corey, because it's like the side plot of the episode. And then she's back on the show, on the psychic hotline. Oh, this was a sad part. I don't know if I want to read it. The part when he comes to her house with the flowers. This show was so good. I can't really read the whole thing because it's so good. Oh, okay. Raven, he acts like the bird, so he's at her door now with the flowers, like in her vision, and just like Miss Tallulah told him to do. Yes, Raven, like the bird, yes. And who are you? It's Quiz, he said, from school. Quiz, what are you doing here? She asked, pretending to be surprised. This is almost too easy, she thought. I know this is going to sound kind of weird, he told her, but Raven, you're my good luck charm. Oh, Raven cooed. That is the sweetest thing to say. You know what? I really wasn't expecting company, but what the heck? Come on in. Raven opened the door all the way, and Quiz got his first look at her. She was wearing a gorgeous full-length silk dress. Let's see Nancy Hoxton pull this off, she thought. Raven, these are for you, Quiz said as he handed her the bouquet of flowers, just like in her vision. Thank you, she replied gracefully. That's a nice dress you've got there. This whole thing, darling, I made it this morning, she said. It all was coming together perfectly. Quiz, the flowers, the dress. The jazz festival was going to be amazing. But then something happened that Raven hadn't foreseen. Lisa, check this out, Quiz called out the door. Lisa? Raven asked, suddenly confused and more than a little worried. A pretty girl entered the room. She hadn't been part of the vision, and she was definitely not part of Raven's plan. Lisa, Quiz said to the girl, Raven made this dress all by herself. Lisa looked at the dress. Yes, girl, Raven explained, and we are so excited about it. But who are you? Oh, sorry, Quiz said. This is my girlfriend. Raven was crushed. Lisa, she said, barely able to spit the name out. I had to meet Quiz's good luck charm. You have a girlfriend, Raven asked Quiz one last time. Yeah, I do. So I came to your house, I met you, I gave you the flowers. It was Lisa's idea. Raven shook her head. She couldn't believe it. Lisa. Well, it was nice meeting you, Lisa said. Yeah, yes, it was. It's funny how things work out or don't, Raven said to herself. Raven picked up a pair of tickets from the table and handed them to Quiz. Here, you guys might like these, she said. Tickets to the jazz festival, Quiz blurted. You really are my good luck charm. Quiz held out his hand, hoping for a high five. Raven looked at it for a moment. She had hoped to be holding that hand at the festival, not giving it a high five. But she didn't want to leave him hanging, so she slapped it. Oh, I feel bad. This was cute. Raven watched Quiz and Lisa go, and then sat down totally dejected. Sometimes the problem with her visions was that you didn't know what happened right before them. But now she realized that what happened right afterward was sometimes even worse. And this is the very end of the episode, where they really write the whole episode in. That's so cool. Okay, so that was the first episode in the book. And then part 2 is when she meets some people that are just like her, and she goes to try to get her visions checked out because she feels like her visions are distracting her and, you know, getting in the way of things. So she wants to try to figure them out. So she goes to see a psychic doctor. So that's the next part of this book. Do we have time? Yeah, we have a couple. See if I can read my favorite part in here. See, such a good show this was. I mean, honestly, it was so good. It really was. It was too good. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so now she's in the... Okay, so I'm gonna read the poem when she first gets to the institute. Okay, so back at the Sleepmore Center, Raven was sitting in the chair of Dr. Sleepmore's cerebral oscillator. She was wearing the metal helmet, which seemed to be hooked up to all kinds of gauges and meters. All the other kids in the lab stared at her while the doctor tested her psychic abilities. Raven was trying to use her powers to see her image on the other side of the cards that Carly was holding. Circle, she guessed hopefully. No, Carly said, looking down at the star shape on the card. Wrong again. The others shook their heads. Looks like they're letting anyone in these days, Marvin whispered. Marvin, Dr. Sleepmore snapped, do we have to give you another timeout? Just relax, Raven. You know I'm not much of a card reader. I'm more of a future seer, Raven explained. Ah, a clairvoyant. But I can't really just turn my visions on and off, she continued. Well, we know you can't turn them on, said Marvin with a snicker. Raven gave him a look. I think I'm seeing a long time of loneliness for you, Marvin, she said. Dr. Sleepmore smiled. It didn't take a psychic to figure that one out. I'll tell you what, Raven. Dr. Sleepmore said, let's do this another day. Just as he reached over to turn off this machine, Raven had a vision. As the psychic images went through her brain, surges of power and energy shot through the machinery. The lights flickered on and off. The needle in the oscillator gauge zigged and zagged, and sparks flew from the helmet. Dr. Sleepmore, Carly had called. It's oscillating. That's what oscillators do, Carly. And I'm saying that so wrong. An instant later, Raven snapped out of her trance, and the oscillator turned to normal. You just had a vision, didn't you, Dr. Sleepmore asked. Yes, and I suggest you take 3 steps to your left. Dr. Sleepmore didn't know what to make of that, but he wasn't going to waste time trying to figure it out. He quickly moved 3 steps to his left. As soon as he did, a huge light fixture fell from the ceiling and crashed onto the floor, right where he had been standing. The others gasped in amazement. Even for this crowd, Raven's vision had been impressive. They burst into applause. Good show, Raven, Dr. Sleepmore said. You just registered a 4.7 on the Sleepmore psychic scale, and a perfect 10 on the Sleepmore thank you scale. Well, you know, Raven said. You should see me when I'm warmed up. Marvin walked over to her. I have to admit I had my doubts, but you're definitely one of us. Welcome aboard, added Carly. Thank you. Oh my goodness, this is so weird, she admitted. Normally I had to hide my visions, but it's great to just be myself. Well, you're welcome to be yourself here, Dr. Sleepmore said. We meet again tomorrow. Okay, Raven said, and afterward, Marvin added, we all go out for pizza. Suddenly, Raven remembered her bowling date with Eddie and Chelsea. Well, I kind of had something planned, she stammered. Then again, she always hung out with Eddie and Chelsea. It wouldn't be that big a deal to chill with some other kids for one night, wouldn't it? But you know what? Never mind. Excellent, Dr. Sleepmore said. Just then he noticed a scent. Oh, I smell popcorn. Raven looked across the room and saw that Sparky was using his powers to heat up a package of instant popcorn. After a few moments, the sound of popping kernels filled the room. Raven smiled and joined the others as they gathered around Sparky. Okay, so, and then... Oh, there's another vision here. So there's three episodes. Oh, and this is only, the third episode is only part of it, and then you got to read the other part of the episode in the next book. Okay. Okay, this one's good too. This is actually the second season. And this is when Raven's trying to get with Devon, which is her boyfriend in the second season, and she goes on a date with him and his sister. That was a good episode too. Okay. I guess I'll read a part of this episode too, because this episode was good. I'll read the beginning of the episode until the theme song comes on. Okay, so this is the next episode. Oh, so this is gaze into the future and take a sneak peek at the next That's the Raven story. So this is the Boyfriend Blues book. Yeah, this is the Boyfriend Blues book. Right, okay. So... Right, this was, okay, so this is going to be the next book. So they're just giving you a sneak peek of the first chapter in the next book. Okay, so Raven Baxter was a happy girl. She had on some killer jeans. Her two best friends, Chelsea Daniels and Eddie Thomas, were hanging tight left and right. Best of all, Devon Carter, the most gorgeous boy in San Francisco, stood less than 6 feet away. Life was good. Chelsea nudged Raven with her elbow and looked sideways at Eddie. Oh, look, Ray, it's Devon Carter. Oh, I know, Raven shot a quick glance at the divine Devon. So how it's going with you two, Eddie asked. Oh, great, Raven fibbed. Things are really starting to happen between us. Raven struck a flirty pose as Devon walked by. She struggled to keep her voice from sounding over the top thrilled to see him. Hey, Devon. Hey, Ray. Devon gave her a shy smile. Okay, so he wasn't exactly falling down her feet. But in Raven's world, the glass was always half full. See, she said to Chelsea and Eddie, before it was just hey, now it's hey, Ray. Raven believed in being positive. She was positive Devon was the guy for her. That had to mean he felt the same way, or would. Eddie and Chelsea exchanged a look that said, poor Raven. There she goes again, grasping at straws. For like 2 seconds, Raven wondered if maybe they were right. Maybe she was just kidding herself. Maybe Devon wasn't interested in her after all. But then she felt the noisy hole grow silent. Time seemed to stand still. Through her eye, the vision runs. Flash of future, here it comes. So now she's having a vision. I see Devon surrounded by a dreamy light. I see his face moving closer to mine. Closer, closer, closer. Behind him, I see a giant teddy bear and a robot. A giant teddy bear and a robot? How weird is that? Raven snapped back to the present. She'd just had a premonition that Devon was going to kiss her. Did it get any better than this? Devon Carter's gonna kiss me, she shrieked happily. Some of the kids walking near Raven stopped in their tracks and stared at her as if she lost her mind. Uh-oh, she was making a total fool of herself. It's my favorite song, she added quickly. Devon Carter's gonna kiss me, she improvised, trying to make it sound like she was singing some hit tune. But Chelsea knew exactly what Raven had said. She also knew her best friend was psychic. She clutched Raven's sleeve. Wait, Devon Carter's gonna kiss you? When? I don't know, Raven was so excited she could hardly stand still. But there was a robot and a giant teddy bear sitting right behind him. Where were they doing? Lining up? Eddie cracked. Oh, Ray, you should ask him out, Chelsea urged. I mean, Devon Carter, not the teddy bear or the robot. Raven suddenly felt shy. Nuh-uh. Yeah, Chelsea insisted. No way, come on. You think? Raven asked. Chelsea's raised eyebrows challenged her. Yeah, Chelsea nodded, looking across the hall. Devon had just closed his locker and was heading off to class. It was now or never. Raven took a deep breath and startled toward him. But then she chickened out. She whipped back around to face Chelsea. You know, I was just thinking she was stalling for time, but Chelsea and Eddie weren't going to let her get away with it. Together, they pushed her into Devon's direction. Just go, Eddie insisted. Raven lurched toward Devon. He looked up and smiled. Luckily, she got her balance. Oh, hey, Devon. How are you doing? I was just wondering if you're not doing anything this Friday. Maybe you and I, Devon finished the sentence. We could hang out. Okay, I'd love to. Thanks for asking. Raven had said happily. Wow, she thought the boy was smooth. He knew how to help a lady in his distress. I'll call you, Devon said, ambling down the hallway. Raven gave him a little wave. Okay. I'll be waiting by the phone so patiently, she added in a small voice when he was out of in front of earshot. Okay, what'd he say, Chelsea asked. It's on for Friday. Just Devon and me, and a robot and a teddy bear. It's going to be so romantic. Raven threw her arms open, accidentally smacking her friends and sending them spiraling. Okay, so now the theme song comes on and then the rest of the episode. A comedy of psychic proportions. That's The Raven every day on Disney Channel. Well, now it's on Disney Plus. I get my That's The Raven fell on Disney Plus. I always watch it on Disney Plus. Like I've been watching all the episodes of Disney Plus. Okay, well, I'm gonna get going. I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed That's The Raven. Read you a couple of my favorite episodes from the book. And you guys need to watch the show. Like, it's so good. Oh my god. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoy the ASMR bedtime story time, and I hope you guys are relaxed and ready for bed. And I hope you guys have sweet dreams, and I hope you guys have a very, very good night. All right. Good night, everyone. Bye.